Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host. Good morning, and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and May is Beef Month, and Katelyn Hawkins with the Kentucky Beef Council, Director of Product Marketing, is here and going to share some tips about how we all can get out and grill.
Yes, I mean, summertime, there's nothing better than a couple of friends, a grill, and beef, of course.
Absolutely. Now, some people might be intimidated, though, but anybody can really grill.
Everybody can grill. Really, you just need a few tips and tricks. One of those being, make sure you have your grilling utensils. So we have a cutting board, we have some spices, we have multiple sets of tongs, a knife, some skewers, your basics. Most importantly, a meat thermometer. So you always want to make sure you have a meat thermometer. You always want to make sure it's calibrated as well. Basically, you put it in a cup of ice with mostly a cup of ice water, with mostly ice, a little bit of water, and make sure it's reading 32 degrees. So you know it's spot on.
And if not, you might need to get another one.
Don't throw your package away so you know how to calibrate it. Keep that in a drawer in the kitchen, probably with the meat thermometer.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned multiple tongs. Why is that so important?
So one thing you want to keep in mind is you don't want to use raw product and cooked product with the same utensils. So I'm going to need a separate cutting board for raw product versus cooked product. I'm going to need one pair of tongs to put beef on the grill, but another set of tongs to take beef off. That way you're not cross-contaminating, things like that. And speaking of beef on the grill.
Oh, we have some.
We do. So this at one point actually was a whole sirloin tip roast. We sectioned it off, cut it into steaks, as you can see here, which is a great way to save some money and utilize a different cut of beef. So we talked about that meat thermometer that's probably hiding out in your kitchen drawer. You want to make sure that when you're cooking beef, you're utilizing a meat thermometer. So I'm going to take this off the grill, and I'm going to insert my meat thermometer horizontally in the thickest part of this steak, and I'm just going to wait.
Okay.
So for temperatures, we like to tell people 145 degrees for medium rare. That is food safe. If you like more of a medium, it's 160. If you like more of a well done, it's 170. These are registering at about 140, so we're going to put that back on the grill and let it hang out.
So those are almost done. So people, can they just look at it, or is it the best to do it with a meat thermometer?
It's the best to do it with a meat thermometer. That way it's not a guessing game, and you're really making sure your beef's coming out just like you want it.
And then once we cook our beef, once it reaches that 145, we want to take it out and let it rest for a little bit, right?
You do. You want to put it on your cutting board. Don't cut into it right away. I mean, I know it's hard because it looks so delicious.
I know, right?
But you want to let it hang out. That way those juices that are in that cut of beef are really locking in there, and you're not making a super mess in your kitchen.
Absolutely. And we're going to get all that juicy flavor. And so you're going to have a way better eating experience.
You are. When it comes to beef, it takes on a lot of different flavors, but you can keep it super simple with just some kosher salt instead of that iodized table salt, some black pepper, or if you wanted to do, just pick up a pre-made grilling seasoning, which most of the time you have all those ingredients at home: salt, pepper, garlic, maybe some onion powder, things like that. If you want to kick it up a notch and you have some cumin at home, you can put that in there. And all those flavors are going to pair really well with the beef.
And what I love is you can try different seasonings, different flavors. It's like you have a whole different meal every night, but you still have beef.
Right. So food waste is a big thing. It's like 40% of the food purchased is waste. So our challenge to people when we go out and about is look at what you have at home and try to take some ingredients from your pantry and make a beef dish, because beef's going to take on all those flavors very nicely.
I know, right? And then when you opened it and I saw the sirloin steaks, I thought about kebabs, and you have some skewers here.
We do. So we have skewers here. One thing you want to keep in mind when you're working with skewers, kebabs are great, but you're going to want to soak these in some water, especially if you're going to grill with them. That way they don't char, they don't catch on fire if you're not watching your grill properly. So you let them soak for a little bit, they'll get that moisture in there, and then it just makes so much of a better kebab atmosphere.
Absolutely. Now, what if somebody's saying, you know, I want to grill, but I need more information? You guys have information available.
Yes, we love information. We know everybody wants information at the tip of their fingers. So kybeef.com is our revamped website. All of our recipes are there. All of our tips and tricks are there, as well as information about the Kentucky beef industry. You could also go to Beef It's What's for Dinner and do the interactive butcher counter. So that's going to show you different cuts of beef and tailored recipes for all those cuts of beef. And then if you have a Google Home Assistant, things like that, you can just ask Chuck Knows Beef.
Chuck Knows Beef. He has all the answers. Now, if somebody's living in a small apartment, they can still grill with something just like that.
You can. So you don't have to have a big grill to have a grilling time. They make those electric grills that just plug into your outlets at home that are smokeless, so you can use those indoors. you can use a grill. It could be gas, it could be charcoal, it could be whatever you want it. Beef is gonna cook on all of those different options.
And you're gonna have a great eating experience. So we encourage you to go out, do just that, grab a few friends, throw some beef on the grill, and enjoy May is Beef Month. Thanks, Katelyn, and we appreciate you watching. Have a great day. If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.